This is probably going to be the jankiest video that I ever make, but the greatest video that you ever watch today. So please watch until the end. I promise you it's going to be worth it. I'm filming on my iPad actually because I just couldn't wait to make this video. Today I'm talking about my favorite director of all time, probably Harmony Korine. I got into his movies very recently. I didn't know that he had directed Spring Breakers from 2012. And I remember when I first watched Spring Breakers, there was something about it that really stood out to me, whether that was the way that it was filmed or the way that the characters interacted with each other. It just made me feel like something was off or missing, but in a good way. And then I looked more into him and I realized that he had made the cult classic film called Gummo. And then from there, it was just like the rabbit hole. The movie Trash Humpers is one that I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, think is one of the greatest films ever made. And I'm not being funny, like I'm genuine. I'm being genuine about it, especially the part where the girl starts talking about like God, and it's like such a weird moment that like just makes perfect sense to me. I love it so much. There's another movie called Mr. Lonely, which I put into my top 4 Letterboxd films on one of my accounts. Today I started the fall film semester, and one thing that one of my film professors keeps reiterating, and he talked about this last semester as well, is that the way a movie ends is probably the most important thing of everything. Of all the things that you have to think about when making a film, the ending is what makes or breaks a film most of the time. For example, he said that Anora, he didn't really like the first 40 minutes, but the last 40 minutes, or basically the ending of that film, really made him love it, even though he didn't like a lot of it. For me, Mr. Lonely has a perfect ending. Everything that Harmony touches, in my opinion, is gold, because he is not afraid to make jokes that are not even jokes, but they're just making light of the absurdity of life. And that to me is such a beautiful thing. I can tell that he treats cinema like his baby, like it's something precious, but at the same time he doesn't really care about it, which is something that I struggle with a lot with music, making songs. I have this relationship with it where it's like I hate it sometimes and I love it sometimes as well. But it just can't seem to get its grip off of me. And it has, music has like a gorilla grip on my soul, the same way that I think cinema and like real cinema has its grip on Harmony. Just the sheer fact that he is doing really odd and crazy things with AI. I have not seen Aggro Drift and I have not seen the baby one, but from what I've seen and heard of it, it's like classic Harmony. Like, how could you not predict him going in this direction? I think if you're a true Harmony Korine fan, then you're gonna appreciate 100% what he's doing right now. So I'm really excited to see what he does in the future. I have yet to watch Kids, but from what I've seen of Harmony Korine so far, it's just the most mind-blowingly simple yet very complex and like not pretentious at all style of filmmaking that feels like it's guerrilla style. It feels documentarian. It feels like reality mixed with fantasy, but he does a perfect job. Again, I always say this, I love when directors, writers, producers, screenwriters, actors, whoever's involved in making a movie, I love it when they perfectly balance reality with fantasy and they make it into a perfectly blended smoothie and it goes down beautifully. I just can't talk about that enough. I love the idea of having something be real and fake at the same time, and like loving it and hating it, and being despised with yourself but also loving yourself to an extreme, so much so where you make odd decisions in your life. That stuff is so real to me. I relate to a lot of the dark thematic elements that are incorporated and injected into Harmony's work, where it feels sad, it feels depressed. I couldn't even finish Julian Donkey Boy. That's how much of a dark place that film brought me to. And I know I have to finish it. I know the end is going to pay off. I've heard wonderful things about the way that the movie ends, pretty much. But it's one of those things where I kind of treat it like the Mona Lisa. You're not even allowed to stand in front of the Mona Lisa and appreciate all of its awe-in beauty the whole day. You only have like a few minutes, and then they rush you along, as from what I've seen and heard. So it's the same thing with Harmony Korine films. I feel like they should be treated like art. They should be not, if you don't feel like it's the right time, or you're not in the right mood or setting, then you shouldn't force yourself to enjoy a Harmony Korine film. Basically, not to sound dumb and pretentious, but a Harmony Korine film watches you. You don't watch it. So that's my conclusive thoughts. I really hope that one day I can achieve the same weird, mystical, and magical, off-putting, awkward but charming and beautiful style of filmmaking as Harmony Korine. So thank you for watching. Bye.
I don't mean to do wrong, Lord. Why don't you guide me? I don't know which way I'm going.